All right, it's your boy Spank Dog, aka Puffinstein at YouTube. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You already know. Let's get right into it. All right, so we're gonna be covering the Lakers, Luka Dončić, LeBron James, Austin Reaves, Deandre Ayton, and the rest of the Lakers, and if they have a shot at winning the title this year. Not only would it be LeBron James' fifth ring, it would also be Luka Doncic's first. The playoffs haven't evolved yet, unfolded to the point where they're in the finals or the conference finals. The Lakers are going to make it out the first round. Luka Doncic is the first option. LeBron James would be the second option. Even though Austin Reaves was lights out this year, but I don't think he commands that second spot, and I'll tell you why. Experience. At the end of it all, the three of them look like they got a shot. Try to explain to people DeAndre Ayton is better than people understand. The field goal percentage is insane for the amount of shots he takes, and having those three guys on his team. I'm gonna give you the breakdown right now about what I think about this series and how I feel like the Lakers have a shot. People don't realize how dangerous this Lakers team is. And I'm not talking about hype. I'm talking about what we're seeing unfold right now in real time in the middle of the playoffs. A 53 and 29 team entering the postseason is not a team trying to figure things out. That's not a team hoping things break their way. That's a team that already understands how to win. A team that has already proven it can compete with anybody in the league. And when you look at where they sit in the Western Conference, right where the top teams, right there in the upper tier, you start to understand something very quickly. This isn't a playing story. This isn't a Cinderella run. This is a contender. But the real story isn't just the record. The real story is what happens when everything aligns at the right time. Because when you break this team down, you don't just see talent. You see layers. You see flexibility. You see a team that can beat you in multiple ways. Let's start with Luka Dončić, 33 and a half points per game, over 8 assists, nearly 8 rebounds, high usage, high efficiency, total control over the offense. That's not just all-star production. That's MVP level dominance. But Luka's story didn't begin here. This is a player who entered the NBA as a EuroLeague champion and MVP, already proven, already seasoned, already dominating professionals before he even got to this level. Dominating the best league in the world. This isn't potential anymore. This is a Hall of Fame trajectory unfolding in real time. You're not watching Luka become great. You're watching Luka build a legacy. And when you have a player like that, you always have a chance. Now, here's where it becomes a real problem for the rest of the league, because Luka is not alone. You got LeBron James, year 22, 40 years old, still producing at an elite level, still efficient, still in control. But what makes this version of LeBron so dangerous, it isn't just the numbers, it's the role. Because LeBron is no longer required to dominate every position. He's not being forced to carry the offense every night. He's choosing his moments, and that's a different kind of threat. Because when the game demands it, he can still take over. He can still give you 25, 28, 30, even 40 on the right night. And we've already seen this in the series. Game 2 against the Houston Rockets. No Luka, no Reaves. And what happens? LeBron steps up, 28 points. Controls the game, leads the Lakers to a 101-94 win. That's not just leadership, that's control. That's dominance in a different form. And now you're looking at a team that's up 2-0 without two of its primary offensive weapons. That's where it becomes serious. And let's not forget game 1, 107-98, controlled, composed, a double-digit win that never really felt out of reach. 2 games, 2 wins, 2 different ways of getting it done. That's what contenders do. Now let's talk about the shift. Game 4, because this is where the reality of the playoffs come into play. The Lakers lose. The Rockets steal one. Now the series is 3-1. And this is important. because this is where a lot of narratives start to change for people who don't fully understand. But for those who do, this changes nothing. Let's be real. For LeBron to win a 4-0 series at 41 years old without Austin Reaves, without Luka Dončić, it would have been madness. Now, yes, the Rockets got one, but here's what matters. The Lakers didn't collapse. The Lakers didn't fall apart. The Lakers didn't lose control of the series. They gave one up, and now they're still in position, up 3-1, right where they want to be. Once they went up 3-0, history dictates nobody's ever come back from a 3-0 deficit. And even in that Game 4 loss, there was something bigger happening, something that speaks to the confidence of this team. They allowed Bronny James to share the floor with his father. And that's not just a moment, that's a statement. That's a team that understands where it stands in the series. That's a team that understands the bigger picture. That's the team that knows we're still in control. They had no choice but to utilize Bronny. They have a certain amount of players on their team. Luka Dončić is hurt. Austin Reaves is hurt. But that's the time when you check to see if one of the youngins can create a spark. And that's what they did. And he didn't do bad. You know, he didn't go off, but he played appropriately under pressure for a young man who's gotten his first taste of the playoffs while playing with his pops, which has never been seen. So the pressure, there's like two kinds of pressure at once. You know, big shout out to Bronny James. A lot of people like to hate on people, you know, saying stuff like Bronny James is only there because of his father. This is where the real danger lies. You've got Luka, the offensive engine. You got LeBron, the controller of the pace, the decision maker, the closer. You've got Austin Reaves, the scalable weapon. And this is where things get even more interesting because Reaves is not just a third option. He proved that already. When Luka was out, when LeBron was out, and he stepped into that role and he gave you 30 plus per game for over a 10-game stretch, that's not a hot streak. I mean, this man was literally averaging 35 points per game. I believe Austin Reaves in a different situation is a number one or a number two option. Now, and then there's Deandre Ayton, a player people still overlook. Former number one pick, finals experience with Devin Booker and the Suns. Now in a role where he doesn't have to force anything. 12 points, 8 rebounds, 67% from the field. That's elite efficiency. That's impact without volume. That's a player who fits. Now step back and look at this team as a whole. They can win without Luka. They can win with Luka. They can win with Reaves. They can win without Reaves. They can win with LeBron, and they can win through LeBron. And now we zoom out even further because this isn't just about the Lakers. This is about the entire playoff landscape. You've got teams like the Nuggets. You've got expectations being shattered. You've got teams that were supposed to dominate, facing real adversity. And in the middle of that, the Lakers are finding ways to win, even when they're not whole. And this is LeBron James' MO. LeBron James has literally been on a team without an all-star present and wiped out playoff series. Still, that's not normal. That's dangerous. And he finds a way to get through series after series of playoff basketball. This man has won 41 playoff rounds in his life, with a star, without a star, with 2 stars, to make it to the finals 10 times. It's absolute insanity. And he won 4 of those times. Now, people might want to downplay that because Jordan was flawless in his finals appearances. I don't look at it like that. I look at everything as a whole. And when you look at LeBron James' accolades as a whole, as LeBron James, the basketball player all the way from high school, where he won 3 championships. Luka got a ring because he won in the EuroLeague. I consider that a ring, just like I consider Michael Jordan's ring at North Carolina a ring. Greatness comes in different ways. That's what makes this different, because this might not just be a playoff run. This might be the beginning of something bigger. Luka is in his prime. LeBron is still elite. Reaves is ascending. Ayton is stabilizing. That's foundation. I'm going to say it clearly. A championship for Luka Dončić feels inevitable. Not guaranteed this year, but inevitable, because players at that level break through. That's just a fact. And imagine now, if it happens, imagine Luka wins his first ring while LeBron James is right there as the second option, winning his fifth ring, and Austin Reaves and Ayton getting there first. But whether they make a deep run this year or just fall short, understand this team is a problem right now and moving forward. Hopefully LeBron can stay strong for the up and coming years and be the first man to play at a great level this long. When everything clicks, when the run happens, don't say you didn't see it, because it's happening right in front of you. It's your boy Spank Dog. Much love, real love. You already know. Salute. I'm out of here. One.